Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl, and it is the end of September, and today I'm going to be picking some peppers. Behind me here, I have the cayenne peppers, so I'm picking those, and I'm going to basically pick all of them, and then I'm going to just snip the plants at the base and leave the roots in the ground so they can decompose, and that'll put those nutrients back into the soil. I have quite a few of cayenne peppers. I've only picked a couple so far and used them in some recipes. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the cayenne peppers as of yet. I might use them to make maybe some pepper jelly, or I think I'm not sure if you can only use jalapeno peppers in cowboy candy, or if you can use cayenne peppers in the cowboy candy. So today it is, well, this morning, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're at 7 degrees, which I think today's high is going to be 12 degrees Celsius. I've got two little ones here. I think I'll leave those on here and just let them get a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to come over onto this other one and I will pick the peppers off of it as well. These are the shishito peppers, and I am going to pick most of these as well. And I've got some of these have turned also, and I've got, these are just loaded. It has taken me a while to pick these. This is my first year growing them, and I just wasn't sure what to expect. So I just kind of have left them just to grow. And yeah, I've got quite a few of these. Ended up putting my gardening gloves on because my hands are getting cold. I mean it's only 7 degrees Celsius, so that rooster, well, I'm not sure which one it is because I have two. I think it's in competition with the rooster on the property that lives down below us, because it'll caw and then mine caws back to it. So I don't know, seems like they're in competition who can let out the most cockle-doodle-doos. Got my pruners, ended up having to go track them down. I left them on a table at the front door, and I was looking somewhere else trying to find them, so I'm just gonna snip off. This is way easier doing it this way. And that is it for the shishito peppers. So that's quite a few peppers for 2 plants. This is a lot easier just to cut the plant at the base, because I was planning on doing that anyways to put it in my compost. But I can just tip it upside down and pick all the peppers off of it. They come off quite easily, actually. And so these jalapenos I want to use for cowboy candy. I had a jar of cowboy candy given to me from a friend, and it is so good. You put a little bit of cream cheese on a cracker, and then you put some slices of the cowboy candy out of the jar on the cream cheese, and it's pretty darn tasty. So I am just taking off all of the jalapenos off of here. And I have one more jalapeno plant. Oh, I missed one. Over on the other side. Then I'm just going to grab that one too. Might as well take my pruners over there. It's funny because these are all the same jalapeno seeds, but this jalapeno doesn't look the same. Like these jalapenos seem smaller and not as long, so when I compare one of these to one of those, these seems short and squatty and these are long and slender, but they're both from the same seeds, from the same pack of the jalapenos, so I'm not sure what happened there. But a jalapeno is a jalapeno. I'll use it as well. I hope I can get enough to get a half decent batch. Like I might only get a couple of little half pints, the 250 ml jars. I might get a couple of those, which I would be quite happy with, really. It is loaded with jalapenos. It's just, they're sure small and squatty, not long and slender like the other ones. I dropped one in here, and these ones are pretty teeny that are left on here. I mean, I'll pick them, but they're not very big. And again, I just cut them at the base. I'm going to leave the roots in the ground. So I'm down here where the spaghetti squashes are, and I'm going to use my pruners and I'm going to be cutting out these spaghetti squashes. I have my wheelbarrow set up just outside of the gate, and I am going to load up all of these spaghetti squashes into my wheelbarrow. I got a big one in here. I'll just put them right on the black plastic for now until I get them all cut out. And some aren't as big as others, but they're a pretty good size on the most part. I'll get these two back here. These ones aren't quite as yellow. Still got the specks going in them, but they'll cure. I'm going to put them in the back shop so they can cure back there. And then I've got cardboard set up in the back shop as well to put them on to this side, because I've got more on this side. Got a baby one back here, a bigger one, quite a bit bigger, right there, and then I have another one, another baby in here. Last of the spaghetti squash. I had 21 spaghetti squashes. I'm going to take these around and put them in the back shop. So I'm going to take the wheelbarrow around and we'll put them up in the back shop. I brought my pruners in here with me because I'm going to cut the tops off of these garlic. So I usually give it about 2 to 3 inches, and I just we'll cut these tops off. These are more than cured enough. And I will take these in the house and we will just use these cloves here for my everyday cooking. My sister gave me some garlic from her garden because I told her how pathetic mine were. So I'm just going to put these in the compost. I'll set them on this chair for now. I'll put these garlic over here on this chair as well. I ended up grabbing my mashed potato squash also, so I'm just going to put all of these squashes up here and just let them cure. They will be protected. They won't be out in the elements. They can dry and cure, and then once they are ready to come in the house, then I will bring them in and I will store them. I have a cold storage room in my basement and I will store them in there. And I don't know how much room I'm going to have, but I also have my other, I could put it in the basement, the unfinished side of the basement. I'll just lay some newspaper down and I can store them back there also. So 21 spaghetti squash. I mean, some are smaller than others, but that's okay because I love spaghetti squash, and even if I can just cook up an individual size spaghetti squash just for myself. My family isn't as huge spaghetti squash fans, but I have started to, I'll cook up the spaghetti squash and I will use it in place of pasta, and I will also use it in place of rice. We had these two dogs that showed up in our yard, and I'm not so concerned about Cole, but Callie, she's going in to be spayed next month in October, and I never know if she's not in heat, I don't think that she would be able to get pregnant, but I'm not taking any chances. I don't want anything to happen to her before I have to take her in to be spayed. So I just have a couple more left of the spaghetti squash. So anyways, as I was saying, I'll cook up spaghetti squash and I'll use it in place of noodles and I'll use it in place of rice. So if I make a stir fry, or I've done it's called a Korean beef dish, and I'll make that, and I'll make rice for other people, my husband and my son, because they're not, like I say, they don't want to be having spaghetti squash with stir fry or spaghetti squash with the Korean beef. They want rice, or they want noodles, or whatever. They want the good stuff. And I'm just trying to cut back on those kind of things. So anyways, just wanted to show you what I'm doing to cure these. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all these vines, except for the butternut squash. Well, that's my hope, is to save the butternut squash vine that volunteered on its own. But I'm going to take out the vines from the spaghetti squash. And I have my pruners here just in case I need them. So I'm gonna figure out where the plant is, and I'm just going to pull this one out first. And these are woven around my corn, so I have to be careful that I don't rip my corn up, because these are in such a mangled mess that I don't want it taking my corn plant out, trying to get this vine out. So I'll take this one out. And I've got my wheelbarrow here. So we'll take this out. And I'll just do it by sections. Oh, this is just quite the plant. I think I'm afraid to yank out this one horn. I need to have it go over it. Ugh, this might not be possible. Oh, there we go, I got it. And I'm gonna come right over and drag it out this way. It's pretty massive. I don't want it to, I don't think that was attached to it, so I'm not going to pull on that one anymore. I'll just pull this out. Let's take this one out. Okay, let's see where we're connected. Oh, I can take this out. The big one. Okay, let's take this out. One plant. Okay, I'll add this. We're getting there. We almost got everything out as far as the spaghetti squash plant goes. Look at my wheelbarrow now. It's loaded with vines. That's all going to the compost. You can actually see my corn plants now, and just that one vine. I'm not sure if all of that is butternut squash, but I'll have to check. So I found the one and only butternut squash here. It's still in the ground, and we'll keep it in there and for a little while longer, at least until it freezes. But I'm just going to clean up this bed, because when I pulled out those squash vines, I ended up knocking over some of my raised bed, and I just want to clean this up and put it back to the way it was. So it's nice to clean this up, and then next spring it'll be ready to go, because I've already taken the time to fix this. I'll just take out these large chunks of bark mulch and put them back on the path. Over the years they'll decompose, but I can bring this over and kind of mound it back up to the way it was. I just want to show you something. This is kind of funny. I have right here, do you see that? It is a little watermelon. Like, really? Seriously? We're at the end of September. What makes that little watermelon? Oh, there's another one down there too. That's never going to grow in time. I mean, it was fun to grow it, but that's not going to grow to be a big watermelon. So I'm going to go grab a knife, and I'm going to cut out this cheddar cauliflower, and also I'm going to cut down my flowering broccoli. So I'm going to cut out my cheddar cauliflower, take that into the house, and it's definitely warming up out here. I'm think I need to take my coat off. I'm not sure what it is now, but anyways, it's getting warm. And that's all I'm going to do. Cut out this cauliflower and cut out that flowering broccoli. And then I'm going to take all this stuff into the house, take my garlic in the house, take my cauliflower in the house, and I think I'm done for the day. So thanks for joining me. I just wanted to take you along, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.